Some more motor effect questions. So what we're looking at here is the force on a wire, a force on a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field. Okay, now these are moving on to the hard questions. So in a previous video, I've gone through questions, some of the questions about 2A, 2D, and I've gone through question number 5, 6, and 7. So I'll give you an idea about how to complete question number 8. Now I'm now going to go through the hard ones. Okay, so we're going to go through 9, 10, 11, 12, and, well, 13. Depends on how long it takes. I might decide just to let you get on with that one, because the actual answer is in the answers that I've sent you. And if you do get it right, let me know. If you get it wrong, tell me, and then I'll film it. So I'm not going to do number 13. I'll let you get on with that. It'll be a bit of a challenge for you. So what we're going to do now is question number 9. It's a new page. There we go. There's questions 5, 6, and 7. Now moving on to question number 8. Okay. So I'm going to new page. So I'm going to start with bug FIFA at the top, just to remind me. So I'm going to do number 9. So calculate the magnetic flux density. So I'm boxed in that. That a wire of length 12 centimeters has on a current 13 amps flowing through it and has a force of 0.8 on it. So box. So I'm working out magnetic flux density. I've got the other variables are force equals del, so force, B, I, and L. Just going to write these down now. So it tells me I've got a force of 0.8 newtons, current of 13 amps, and a length of 12 centimeters. First thing I'm going to do is I'm noticing that 12 centimeters, so that is equal to 12 times 10 to the minus 2 meters. So I've boxed, I've underlined, I've grabbed. Now I'm going to write down my formula, which in this case is force equals built. There we go, I'm going to insert. So we have 0.8 is equal to B times 13 times length, which is 12 times 10 to the minus 2. So I want to make B the subject, so I'm going to bucket around that. I'm going to divide through by 13 times 12 times 10 to the minus 2, and it will cancel on the right hand side, and that will leave me with 0.8 divided by 13 times 12 times 10 to the minus 2, which will equal B. So doing this, let's see that the actual answer is going to be looking, where is it? Question number 9. There we go. And the question number 9 is 0.51 settlers. There we go. All right, moving on. Question number 10. So, question number 10, that's what is the current? Box that. In a 4 meter length of wire at right angles to the field lines, the magnetic flux density 300 millitesla, experiences a force of 15.3. So box what I need to find. I've underlined my data. I'm going to grab it. So I'm working out current. I know it's force equals B, I, and then L. So I'm going to write my data in. So force acting on the wire is 15.3 newtons. The magnetic flux density is 300 millitesla. And the length is 4 meters, 4.00 meters. So 300 millitesla, well, I've got a prefix there. Well, that's equal to 300 times 10 to minus 3 Tesla. Okay, so now my formula is F is equal to BIL. Insert my data set. 15.3 is equal to 300 times 10 to the minus 3 times I times L, which is 4 meters in this case, 0, 0. So rearranging this and to make I the subject, going to leave me with 15.3 divided by 300 times 10 to the minus 3 times 4.00, and that will equal I. So in our particular case, that is going to be 12.5 amps. Right, moving on to number 11. Right, bug FIFA. Top there, just to remind me, number 11. So, how long is a conductor that carries a current of 0.2 amps, right angles to a magnetic field with a magnetic flux density of 120 millitesla, which experiences a force of 1.2 newtons? Okay, so how long is a conductor that carries a current? So I'm going to do is how long, so I need length, and then I've got force is equal to BIL. Write it down. So force is 1.2 newtons, 1.20 newtons. Magnetic flux density is 120 millitesla, and current is 0.2 amps. So 120 millitesla is equal to 120 times 10 to the minus 3 Tesla. Okay. Now, the box underlined, grab my data, formula. Well, formula is force is equal to BIL. And then insert my data set. So it's 1.2 is equal to 120 times 10 to the minus 3. It's around that. Bit separate. Times I, which is 0.2 times L. So when they L subject, so I divide through by 120 times 10 to the minus 3 times 0.2. So that will give me 1.2 divided by 120 times 10 to the minus 3 times 0.2 will equal L, and that is going to be 50 meters. Now, moving on to our last one, question number 12. So, a horizontal straight wire of length 0.3 meters carries a current of 1.5 amps perpendicular to a horizontal uniform magnetic field of flux density 5 times 10 to the minus 2. The wire floats in the equilibrium in the field. What is the mass of the wire? Okay, so I'm going to calculate mass. Okay, so I don't know that. What I do know is I've got some data here. I've got a horizontal straight wire of length at 0.3, so length is 0.3 meters, and that carries a current of 1.5 amps. So current is equal to 1.5 amps, and it's sitting in a uniform magnetic field, flux density B, 5.0 times 10 to the minus 2 Tesla. Okay, and I'm not given force. Okay, so there we are. So we've got a tricky question now, because I've got to find mass, but I don't know force. If I can find the force though, that might give me some clues. So force is equal to VIL, which in this case is equal to 5 times 10 to the minus 2 Tesla, it's around that, times current, which is 1.5, times length, which is 0.3. Now that will equal 0.0225 newtons. I'm going to check that. Always good to check. Never trust your calculator. So, usually user error. So 5 times 10 to the minus 2 times 1.5 times 0.3, and that will give me 0.025. Just let me check my numbers. 5, which one are we doing? Well, 5 times 10 to the minus 2 Tesla, 1.5, 0.3. Yeah, okay. So that gives me force. Now I'm trying to find mass. So what I do know now is force, well, it's sitting in a field, okay? It's floating. So that means it's being pulled down by gravity and it's floating, which means it has an equal force acting on it. That equal force is due to the force acting on the current carrying conductor in that magnetic field. So if that force is acting upwards, 0.0225 newtons. So it's floating, so I've got another force acting downwards here. And that downwards force is actually weight. Now, weight is equal to mass times gravity. Now, I know, here we go. I know that G is equal to 9.8 newtons per kilogram. So I know my force because I've calculated it here. So I can take 0.0225, and that's equal to mass times 9.8. Rearranging this, I can see that it is 0.0225 divided by 9.8, and that will equal mass. So divided by 9.8, and that is equal to a very small number, which is 0.0022959. So we've got 2296, and that's kilograms. So what we can do is we can convert that to grams. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, and we'll end up with the mass, okay, is actually equal to 2.296 grams, which is basically 2.3 grams, which sounds about right, really. Okay, some of the other numbers are a little bit off, but that sounds about right. Now I'm going to let you get on with question number 13. If you can't do that, or you find it too difficult, then email me, let me know, and I'll produce a work solution for you. But the actual answer is in the answer booklet that I've sent you. Okay, thank you.